The following is brought to you by Digital Shelf Space, producers of GSP RushFit and Tour Academy Home Edition. Visit them online at digitalshelfspace.com.
Welcome to Cambridge House Live. I'm Vanessa Collette here at the Toronto Resource Investment Conference. I'm joined by Jay Martin, President of Cambridge House International. Welcome, Jay. Great to have you here.
Thank you for having me, Vanessa.
Jay, you have a very exciting announcement to make about a brand new conference. Why don't you tell us about it?
I am very excited. Thank you. Yes, I'd like to announce that Cambridge House will be producing a Technology Investment Conference right here in Toronto on January 16th at the Metro Toronto Convention Centre. So we're producing this show in partnership with the Cantech Letter, which is Canada's premier technology investment website and newsletter. If you're somebody who takes investing in the tech sector seriously, or somebody who just likes to follow the trends in the sector, you likely frequent this site. If not, I recommend that you do. We've been looking at the tech space for about 3 years, and I feel that right now is the right time. We definitely have the strongest partner that we could have. The Cantech Letter's content is contributed by a rock star lineup of tech analysts from investment banks across the country. And Nick Waddell, the founder of the Cantech Letter, has been a supporter of Cambridge House since about 2001. He's been coming to our resource shows. We've got a great history and a strong relationship to build on, and I'm very excited.
So why tech and why now?
Well, I think the tech sector in general is fascinating, and if we look at this perpetually exponential growth trend in technology development that we're seeing today, I mean, that's not going to slow down. It's going to accelerate. And if it's not already impossible for you and I to sit here right now and forecast how technology is going to shape our lives in just the next 10 years, it's going to be very soon. And I think we're already past that point. And we're seeing some very fun trends up in Canada. In the last few years, we've seen massive growth in the private sector. Tech startups all over the place. I think in Kitchener-Waterloo, last time I checked, there was 976 companies just up in the KW, and Vancouver's on track to hit those numbers. The Mayor of Vancouver, Gregor Robertson, came out a few months ago and made a statement saying that technology is now the largest contributor of jobs to Vancouver's economy. That's outstanding. And the trend that we're seeing now following that, and the one that we're focusing on, is many of these private companies now entering the public space. And that creates potential massive opportunity for investors. I mean, if we look at the venture exchange over the last 18 months, 2 years, it's no secret. It's been a very tough climate and very difficult to navigate, but there has been huge opportunities and some big success stories, and tech has been one of those emerging opportunities. In the month of August alone, if you took the top 10 tech stocks from the venture exchange, there was an average return of 68% gain. I mean, that's fantastic. And one in particular that returned a 216% gain in 1 month. You don't you don't see that very often at all in any sector. And the tech space is just beginning to heat up. And so as an investor, I want access to those deals, and I want access to more quality tech deals. And so how can I do that? Well, we're bringing them to a show. And just like any other venture sector, it's important that you do your research. These are small businesses, and they have the potential to become massive, sure, maybe the next Google, but the benefit and the difficulty investing in the venture sector is that these are small companies, and lots can happen, but that gives you the opportunity to meet the management team. These aren't tough people to get to know given the opportunity. So the CEO, the management team, they're at the shows, they're there to engage investors, have those conversations, let you do your diligence and make your own decisions. And if you want to invest in the tech space, you have to take that opportunity if it's handed to you. Trade shows are one way you can do that. But I think the appeal behind a tech conference goes beyond just the financial markets. And if you look at just, well, personally, my interest in the tech space, and I share this with thousands of people, I'm just passionately interested in technology development. Beyond that, if I believe in the sector's growth in Canada, and I do, if I want to see that sustained, if I want to see that accelerated, the sector's got to come together to make that happen. And I love it when there's people like Ryan Holmes coming out and talking about the maple syrup mafia up here in Canada. We're going to rival the Silicon Valley. Well, that's not that far-fetched. We're known for having the top tech talent globally here in Canada that could rival anywhere. But we have to come together to make something big happen. And that's what I'd like to do with this conference. That's where opportunities are created. I met Nick Waddell, the founder of the Cantech Letter, at a conference, and now we're building this fun project together. That's what conferences do. That's what the event space is all about. It connects people, builds relationships, and grows businesses. That's what Cambridge House does. That's what I want to see happen in the Canadian tech sector, and that's why we're building this conference.
So Jay, what are some of the highlights that people are going to see at the show?
We have a few, and one that I'm happy to talk about is one of our keynote speakers, the Canadian astronaut Chris Hadfield. So an outstanding individual, not just in the Canadian space exploration sector, but internationally. This guy's accomplished massive things. He's been on 2 space missions. He was the first Canadian to walk in space, and most recently was the captain of the International Space Station. So with all the attention that space exploration development is getting right now, through celebrity entrepreneurs like Elon Musk and SpaceX, there's also small companies doing very, very cool things in the space area. A company out of Vancouver, Earthcast, just IPO'd over the summer. They're launching high-definition cameras on satellites, streaming the Earth in real time. That's amazing. Imagine that flood we had in Calgary in July. You could watch those developments in real time from your laptop. And what better person to hear about future trends in the space exploration sector than Chris Hadfield? I'm very excited to have him join us. Additionally, we're going to have a variety of the top tech analysts from investment banks across the country, the individuals who were tracking those companies over the last year that saw those massive returns. They're going to be on the podium to talk about what they're looking at in the coming year, 2014, what companies they're paying attention to, which ones they're recommending, and trends they're looking forward to see happening in the coming year. Additionally, a collection of hand-picked, top-quality tech companies will be on the floor and presenting in the auditorium. So if you want to know what's happening, what companies are emerging, what opportunities exist, come to the auditorium, listen to the presentation, hit the trade show floor, and talk to the businesses.
Well, how can investors find out, where to get tickets and more information on the event?
Everything you need is online, www.cambridgehouse.com. The conference is the Cantech Investment Conference, recognizing our partners, the Cantech letter. Registration is all up on the website.
Great. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Jay. It was a pleasure, and we'll be watching with interest.
Thank you, Vanessa.